Alright, what's up? I'm Charm City 187. Some asshole leaked the DVD for Lone Survivor yesterday afternoon. Lone Survivor is Marcus Luttrell's story of what happened to him and 3 SEALs while in Afghanistan in 2005 during Operation Red Wing, where 3 SEALs and 19 more that came, or 16 more that came to rescue him, were shot down and killed. It's a shame that some asshole had to leak it, because for me, it's a great movie. In war movies, for me, you got like Saving Private Ryan with Tom Hanks, Full Metal Jacket, and a couple of Vietnam movies up here. And then you got like Medal of Honor, Act of Valor, Zero Dark 30 down here, like Class B films. Lone Survivor for me is right up there with Tom Hanks and Saving Private Ryan, Full Metal Jacket, Platoon. So it's actually it's a really good movie, and they're gonna lose a lot of money because some asshole leaked it, and most of the money would have probably ended up going to Wounded Warriors or some charity or something. But I'm not going to tell you all where you can download it. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But I just want to talk a little bit about like some of the shit they go through, and not necessarily what happened to in the movie to these guys, but other similar stories. The one part I will tell you about the movie that is what ends up fucking them, you've already seen in the trailers. So the rules of engagement are what fuck them, but it's in 2005. It wasn't the actual rules of engagement. It was their moral rules of engagement. They didn't want to kill a kid. But that being said, if I were them, I would have shot the little bastard that kept trying to run away, and then I would have tied the little kid and the old man together and either walked a couple hours with them up the way we were going and then let them go, or just tied them together and told them to fucking roll down the mountain. And the way they get fucked is the one kid that was always trying to get up and run away, they kept catching after they let him go. This motherfucker mountain goated it down the mountain, like jumping like a fucking mountain goat. And I guess that's what happens after thousands and thousands and thousands of years of your ancestors fucking goats and donkeys. I guess you get that ability to just jump down mountains. But yeah, I mean that's what fucked them, was not killing that little bastard. I wouldn't have killed the little kid with the old man, but I would have shot that motherfucker. He was like 20. He looked like, well, in the movie he looked like he was like 20 something. I don't know how old he was actually, but I mean, instead of just letting them go there, I think they should have like tied them up and took them the way they were going, and then told them to walk back tied together, because there's no way that they would have been able to drag that old man as fast as they could run. But yeah. Rules of engagement are what is really killing most of the troops over there. Under George Bush, we had 575 soldiers killed in 8 years in Afghanistan, and 3,000 wounded, amputees, and IED explosions. Under Obama, in his first, it wasn't even his first 4 years, it was like his first 3.5 years. 1,405 soldiers killed in action, and 15,000 soldiers maimed, injured, amputees. So in 4 years, Obama has accounted for 70% of the deaths and 80% of the injuries sustained by U.S. troops abroad. And it's one thing that does it. It's the rule of engagement. Alright. This isn't about the movie. This is another thing. First Lieutenant Clint Lawrence. He was a platoon leader in Afghanistan. The shooting occurred in July 2013. Kandahar province. We already know Kandahar province is nothing but fucking Taliban motherfuckers. So there was 3 guys on a motorcycle riding with like, I don't know if it was a big sat phone or a walkie-talkie, but they were relaying Lawrence and his platoon's position to obviously other Taliban, probably RPGers, to get in front of them and ambush them, you know? So what does Lawrence do? He orders his platoon to open fire on them, kills 2 of the 3, and gets 20 years in jail. 10 years for each fucking Taliban that terrorist, whatever the fuck you want to call him, that he killed. Which I think is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. I mean, shit, I can kill you with this just as fast as I can kill you with a gun, if not faster. I mean, I could probably cut your head off with this in about 4 seconds. I can cut a deer's head off with it in about 8. So, you don't need a firearm to kill somebody. They were radioing their coordinates to other Taliban to ambush them. The one thing that really closely resembles what happened in Luttrell's book is, if you go on YouTube, there's a documentary about it. It's not, the video of the documentary is not too good because it was on C-SPAN, and there was like a press conference, but they were showing actual video, live like video of shit that happened. It's called Extortion 1-7. It's about 3.5 hours long, and basically it's the same thing that happened in this movie, except for it happened in 2000, and I think it was August 6th, 2011, or August 8th, 2011. It was 22 SEALs and 5 National Guardsmen killed in a helicopter crash because under Obama's rules, you have 60 gunships, but only 20 of them can be functioning at once. You can have 20 functioning, you have to have 20 being worked on, and 20 sitting over in the corner jerking each other off. You can't have more than 20 functioning. So what happened, they had to go into a hot zone. I think it was to extract a wounded, I want to say a wounded Marine, but I'm not 100% sure. It's been like 8 months since I watched the documentary. But they had to go in with no gunship, no air support, no nothing. And like in Lone Survivor, they were shot down, all of them killed. Well, actually, that's wrong. They weren't all killed. Like four or 6 survived the crash and were on the ground fighting and fought until they ran out of ammo. But under Obama's rules of engagement, you can't use gunships if you can't see every single person in the building. And what happened? The towel heads were in buildings shooting RPGs and machine guns at them, and the rules of engagement say you can't fire on them because these fucking bastards sit in the houses with their kids right beside them shooting at people. So if you kill them, you kill their kid, you know. And yeah, I mean, what was it? I don't know. It's on YouTube, Extortion 1-7. So, I don't know. I don't want to give you all too much about the movie, so I'm going to wait until it comes out and then actually do a real review of it. But it's just amazing some of the shit these guys have to go through over there. So, alright. I'm out. Peace.